What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Smoke World. I'm your host, Stone. So go grab your stick, go grab a glass of whatever you're drinking. Let's sit back and have a conversation. You can follow me on Instagram at SmokeWorld50. And I tell you this every time, folks, send those emails into SmokeWorld50@gmail.com. Today's guest is my brother of the leaf, Steve of Frontline Cigars. What's up, brother? How you doing today?
What's up, buddy? I'm doing fantastic.
What's going on? You got a cigar out there, brother? What you hold, man? What you smoking on, brother? You didn't give me a cigar, bro? What you smoking? What you got?
You didn't request one.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. My bad. Wamp, 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 wamp. So what's up, man? Tell the folks who you are, where you from. How did you get started with this whole thing?
So my name is Steve. I'm in the suburbs of Chicago. I am the owner of Frontline Cigars and the president of Help the Heroes Foundation. So how we got started was back in 2016, I got sick. I was out of work for about 3 months. 3 of those months I wasn't getting paid. I had lost my sick time. So when I came back to work, we were on midnights. A buddy of mine who worked at a neighboring police department wanted to start a cigar group. And we sat down for coffee because that's what, police officers do. They drink coffee.
Eat donuts.
And eat donuts. So he wanted to come up with a cigar club. And I'm like, why do you want to do a cigar club? And he's like, well, to help out guys that were just in your situation. So we came up with the name Blue Line Cigar Club. We started it on Facebook in 2017, roughly. And in a year and a half, we donated over $60,000 to 7 different families of injured or sick police officers.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. So it got kind of like too much for me to do on my own with, little amount of help. The guys in the club were good. They always came to the events, like the raffles and stuff, and it was just becoming too much. So we decided to start a charity called Help the Heroes Foundation that was founded in May of 2019. So Help the Heroes Foundation is a 501c3. It helps out injured or sick first responders and military personnel. Now, I say first responders and military personnel because back when we started the Blue Line Cigar Club, it was only helping police officers. And we wanted to grow that into all heroes. So we didn't want to leave. So basically, coming back to the military point of it, no man left behind or no woman left behind.
Good stuff.
So that's why we help out everyone.
Wow. Now, I'm assuming you guys were probably smoking cigars prior to starting this organization?
Oh, absolutely. I've been smoking for the last 15 years.
Wow. Okay. Now, how did the store come about? So you started an organization, and you helping out the first responders and military. How did you come up with the idea? You know what? Let's start a whole cigar line. How did that come about?
I have a buddy of mine in the industry. His name is Raphael. He owns Don Rafa Cigars. And he had a few connections in the Dominican Republic. And our cigar club wanted our own club cigar to pass out, smoke, and just have fun with it. And it's actually the cigar that I'm smoking right now. And what's different about it today is the band. So on the old band, it said BLCC for Blue Line Cigar Club. And it got to a point where the guys were loving it so much. A buddy of mine, Max, came to me and said, hey, man, why don't you go get your license? I'm like, license for what? And he's like, you could sell these. If guys like them that much, why don't you start selling them? So I got my certificate of registration here in Illinois. I got my tobacco distributor wholesaler license. And then I applied for a retail license. Well, through those 6 months, I had a fruition to do an online store. But I didn't know how to create a website and do all the SEO and coding and all the stuff that it takes to build a website. Well, that's where my wife comes in.
Oh.
So I was begging her, no joke, begging her for 6 months. I'm like, just build a website, do the coding, do the analytics, just build it from the ground up. I will do everything else, I promise you. And she goes, if this doesn't work,
you're out of here.
Yeah. This is, we dropped a pretty penny into this startup. And with her background, she was able to do everything that we needed to do. And she's still continuing to help us today build the SEO so that we, land on Google higher than our main goal right now is to land higher than the brands that we carry on their own website. So she wants to be right above their website to show that, once you are looking for Amendola cigars or United cigars or Rockefeller cigars, we're the first one that pops up. That's her goal. It's like a game. It's like a game to her.
Okay, now are you teaching people how to do this? Or because you're mentioning all these fancy terms, folks don't know what you're talking about, like me. So SEO is basically wording and different tags and phrases that you put onto your website so that it pops on Google. Okay.
And it's a lot of work. It's an everyday thing almost. And you really have to get in tuned with your backlogs and backlinks and tags and all this stuff to get higher on Google. Well, she has 2 master's degrees. She has a master's degree in market research. So in that market research, she had to take classes on how to build websites. So she's built websites for 500 Fortune companies.
Nice.
She's built websites for other cigar brands. And it's just the knowledge and the computer skills that she has that makes us show up more on Google than everybody else.
Nice there. So now you got the business running. Okay, so tell us about the cigar that you have, the Frontline cigar.
So our first cigar that we came out with is the Blue Line. So that is to represent all police officers throughout the country. So me being a police officer for 15 years, I wanted to come out with a cigar called the Blue Line. So I did my history on it. There was a guy in New York that had the rights to the Blue Line, but I believe in 2013 or 2014, he lost those rights. So that actually sparked me to come back with the Blue Line and mimic it in a way that he didn't. So I didn't want to take the same logo that he did, the same blend that he did, because that's just wrong. You just, in the cigar industry, you don't come out with the same blend that somebody else does. It's just
taboo.
It's not cool.
Right.
So we came out with the Blue Line. It's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. The binder is Holor Dominicano, and the filler is Criollo 98. So you get some spice, some pepper, some woodsy notes. You get what some people say is like a baking spice, almost like your mom or dad making fresh bread in the morning. You get that like doughy bread flavor to it.
Oh, now you're going deep on me, Steve. You're going deep on me, brother. Like gingerbread, maybe? I don't know. My mom never made me no fresh bread in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have that luxury, man. I grew up in the hood. We didn't have that. We went to the corner store to get some bread. We didn't have no fresh bread. Now, my grandma, maybe some biscuits or something. But I don't recall touching and eating the dough.
That scent of the dough being freshly made whether or not you make it at home, you go into a bakery, you have that
smell,
that scent,
that
yeah,
aroma.
that smell.
So it tastes like the smell.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I can follow that because I didn't have any fresh bread in the morning. You had fresh bread growing up? I mean, not to jump subject. You had some fresh bread. Your mom made you fresh bread in the morning?
No.
Oh, okay. I was getting jealous. I'm about to say, wow, man, I want to be like that.
All I got was
some cereal milk,
some fresh pasta, and some bread from the local bakery.
Oh, you had fresh pasta. Okay.
Right. Oh, definitely. Growing up in an Italian background, fresh pasta was absolutely every Sunday and Wednesday. Sundays and Wednesdays at my house, you knew when you woke up in the morning, you smelled that sauce that was being made she started at like 7 in the morning, neck bones, braciole, meatballs, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, man, that sounds pretty good. Making me hungry now. Haven't eaten any breakfast yet.
No, me neither. I just got my coffee and my cigar right now. This is my breakfast.
Oh, okay. So you don't eat before you start smoking. You're a real rough rider. Now, you ever smoke cigarettes there, brother? Or
no.
Okay, good man. Not to sidetrack you. Okay, so now how involved are you in the process of the making of the cigar? Have you been able to visit the factory? If so, what was that like?
No, I have not been to the factory. I have contacts in the industry that make me samples, and they get delivered to me. And I'll be honest with you, the blue line took about, I would say, a week. So we got these samples, and I knew what I wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted. Wanted the pepper, the spice, the woodsy, just something that you could have in the morning with coffee, and not be too overbearing for that new cigar smoker. Because at the time, my palate wasn't very.
Was it mature enough? Maybe you at that point you wasn't really realizing exactly what you wanted. Maybe it was medium to full, or maybe light to medium. So you're still experimenting with the palate. I got you on that. I can respect that.
So I had about 12 guys meet me at a lounge, and I had 3 bundles of this cigar, and I passed them out. I said, try them. Let me know what you think. Because you know what? To me, it's about not only what I like, but it's about what the consumer likes. So if the consumer is not going to buy the cigar, why make it?
Yeah, you'd be stuck with a lot of cigars.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Well, I guess, but if you're trying to make money, it is.
No, I understand. And you know what? This wasn't really, and I might sound like weird saying this, it's not about making money. To us, it's about giving back. What we do in our charitable organizations that we give back to, it's more about giving back than it is making money. Yeah, we're going to make money. We're going into our 3rd year of business. And if you want to have a successful business and a small business, it's not really going to start really producing the money that you want to produce until like probably about the 4th or 5th year of business. I'm not a bigger brand. That's why I started online. I did a lot of foot traffic here in the Chicagoland area, and a lot of lounges didn't want our cigar. Never heard of it. Tried it. Was like, it's really not something. Yeah,
we don't know you. Yeah, get out of here.
Exactly.
Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Pretty much. And so now when we have events and stuff, there'll be lounges that'll call me and say, hey, you wanted to come do it here? I remember you. You're the one that said no to my cigar. So there's actually one particular lounge in the Chicagoland area that we have all our events at. We do everything. They carry our cigars. They're very good to us. And it's just, that's home for us. And it's literally like 10 minutes from my house.
Well, you can't beat that. Now, speaking of lounges, you got the one place that's been showing you some love. But for those who are listening that may either live in Chicago or may be coming to visit, what's the lounge scene look like down there in about where you're at? Are you guys open? Are the lounges open based on the pandemic? So paint a picture for us. If I'm a visitor, again, you don't have to give names out because it seemed like they wasn't really showing you any love at a lot of the lounges. But what's that lounge scene look like in your area?
There's still people going to lounges. I know that there's that lounge that I was talking about 10 minutes from me that's always open. They have a separate room that's a different address that has a full bar. They have slot machines, and it's my home away from home.
It's like a mafia setup, but okay. I ain't want to start
whoa,
rumors.
whoa,
Man.
whoa,
I'm just saying, brother. Y'all gambling in there, smoking cigars and.
It's not really gambling because it's legal. It's the slot machines. They're here in Illinois. They're perfectly legal as long as you have.
Hey man, I'm not the law, man. You ain't got to explain it to me. Listen, man. It's like y'all gambling, man. It's all right. You can make your money, Steve. Make your money, brother. I ain't judging.
Absolutely.
You can name that lounge because that's the lounge you hang out. You give them a shout out because that's the only one. It seems like that's been giving you some love, so you can show them some love.
Ultimate Cigar Lounge in Villa Park, Illinois, right off of North Avenue, just west of 83. It's on the south side of the street. They are awesome. The manager that runs it in the morning, his name is Earl. He's an ex-police officer. I've known him. He's known me since I was born. So he's known my whole family. And like I said, it's my home away from home. All my boys go there. We hang out there. And it's a nice, comfortable place to go.
Now, how often do you get to go to the lounge? Because I see you have a man cave. If anyone's on Instagram, obviously give them that the handle Instagram so they can follow you there. Why don't you shout that out real quick?
At Frontline Cigars.
Okay, folks, if you go to that particular, if you follow my brother Steve, you will see him dancing. Now, I'm just going to let you check that out. I'm just going to tell Steve, me and him's going to have a little dance off. We're going to have a battle. He likes old school like me. He's doing some dance moves. He's got his hat on. He's got a cigar in his mouth. So he has his man cave where he can smoke. Some folks are listening to this right now are hating because they don't have a place they can smoke indoors. They can't smoke at home. So obviously you have a loving wife who's allowing you to smoke, and she's creating your website, and she's doing all this analytical stuff for Google for you. So you got a winner there, brother. So don't act up. Don't act a fool. Make sure you get home early enough and don't drink too much. And speaking of drinking, do you drink?
Occasional. I will have a beer every once in a while.
Whoa.
I'm not a big drinker. I haven't found a whiskey that accentuated my palate yet. I've tried multiple. Normally, if I'm having a cigar, I'm either having coffee, Dr. Pepper, or some red wine.
Okay, so you do a little red wine action. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. That's what you pair your cigar with? A little red wine?
Most
Most of the time you saying you're a coffee guy?
Mostly coffee, yeah.
Yeah, he really got that cop stuff going on. He still got the cop traits. That's cool. Eating the donuts, how about the donuts? You knocking off donuts or no? You kind of slowed down. You look kind of thin, so you don't look like a big guy.
I lost about 35 pounds. I got sick recently, and I lost about 35 pounds, but I've gained it back. I'm still about 10 pounds away from where I want to be.
Okay, well, all right.
So that's why I eat like a horse every day.
Gotcha. Now, again, let's go back to this Instagram scenario. I noticed on one of the videos you spoke on that if you get 3,000 followers, there's going to be a giveaway. Won't you give a little bit of information about that so folks can, obviously follow you and maybe you can discuss what some of the prizes are? I think you did say it was going to be a surprise. So you break that down.
So I'm giving away a total of 5 prizes. 3 of them are going to be gift packs. 2 are going to be something special. So when I mean something special, that means something directly from Frontline Cigars. Now, I'm not going to say what it is because we're still waiting on that item to come back to the store. So we ran out sooner than I anticipated. And, with the pandemic, not a lot of people are buying cigars, so money's kind of tight. So that's 2 of those are going to be given away. I'm not going to give that out, but you're going to want to get involved in this, because the 2 out of the 5 prizes that are given away are keepsakes.
Oh, nice. Nice. Now you have swag too. Why don't you tell them about your swag that you have? And I guess the website. Give the website out too, so folks can come and get those cigars from you. And I think the swag is on the website.
So it's the 20th century, so I don't have to say www. So frontlinecigars.com. You could find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're also on Stogie Lives. So I don't know if anybody knows what Stogie Lives is. It's a new social media platform for cigar smokers. It's kind of run like Facebook. Create your profile, go private, do your privacy settings, create your groups, join your groups, create a page, start blogs. It's for that little guy like me, or a podcast like you that wanna show off their stuff. There's too many big guys in the industry here that are, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, but it's going to come out negative, that are shitting on the little guys.
Absolutely.
Not giving us a chance. So you know what? Someone out there created a platform for us little guy cigar smokers and our little brands and our little websites, and just something for the smaller guy to go to and be recognized.
So what's the name of that? What's that? Stogie Lives? You said Stogie Lives.
Yes. Stogie Lives. So Stogie, Stogie Lives, LIVES.com. StogieLives.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice there, brother. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with the audience to let them know? Again, give up the. Do you have Facebook, or are you just strictly on Instagram?
I have a Facebook, but I've been put in Facebook jail so many times that my name is all jacked up. I put a name out there that nobody knows. I don't do any more cigar posts. I have weekly videos on the Frontline Cigars business page, because there was somebody out there that was flagging me as doing something that was very illegal and very disgusting. And being a former police officer, that really it made me wonder, what are people out there doing? What are people out there doing to other cigar brands and other cigar smokers? If you're going to report me. Don't go out there and report people for adult sexual solicitation. That's just, that's where I draw the line. You could report me because you don't like what I'm doing, or cigars that I'm selling, or this and that. But if you're flagging me and reporting me or us for adult sexual solicitation,
really?
That's just,
wow.
In itself, that's just wrong. So I got flagged for that 3 times. And it was just a cigar post. It was a box of cigars, now available at Frontline Cigars, adult sexual solicitation. And Facebook, they didn't give me an opportunity to really state my case or,
make a rebuttal.
Basically, nothing. They gave me nothing. So it was basically, I went to court and they just said guilty, and they didn't even get to hear the side of my story. So I created a new Facebook off of an old Facebook page that my wife had, and I have a name on there that, half these people don't know who the hell I am. I don't have a profile photo. My profile photo is like one of those yard lawn signs that say, "I'm an asshole. I'm not running for. I'm not running for anything. I just want
running for president and senator."
Yeah, right. But it, like I said, go on StogieLives.com. I'm Stephen Michael. Frontline Cigars on Instagram. If you message us, if you call Frontline Cigars and need something, you're going to get me. I am very one-on-one with my customers. I am very loyal to my customers. I want to know if there's something wrong. I do not want you talking to customer service that doesn't know either what they're talking about or, please hold, let me see if he's available. No. When you call Frontline Cigars, 630-381-0987, you are going to get me and nobody else but me.
There you go. There you go. You heard it from Steve, Frontline Cigars. Brother, I appreciate you being a guest on Smoke World.
Before we get off, I want to give one shout out.
Absolutely, brother. Get as many as you want. It's free. No cost you nothing.
I want to give a shout out to my business partner, Jack. Love you, brother. Mark. Love you, brother. Our brand ambassadors. Without our brand ambassadors, we are nowhere. Linda Baird, Liam Baird, Andrew Wayne, Pipepool, Linda Baird on Instagram, Liam Baird on Instagram, Eric Bomey, Jeff Kitchens, all the people at the YouTube community helping out Justin's Final Mission with finalmission.org. We are big supporters of helping military and first responders with PTSD, with anxiety, with any mental issues that you might have. And if you're afraid to talk about it, come talk to me because I'm living it. I know it. And I can help you. So 630-381-0987. We're here for you 100%, 110%. We are here for you.
Yo, I like that message. I'm letting you know, I'm going to commit that right now on the air that if you guys need me to put anything out here on Smoke World, you get with me, you let me know. I'll put it out to the masses of people. I'm a part of the organization. I like what you're doing. I like the concept. I'm feeling your vibe, brother. So, again, if you need me for anything, you need some information to be disseminated through the masses, I'm letting you know right now, you got me. Oh,
thanks, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Another episode of Smoke World has in the books. Again, follow me on Instagram at SmokeWorld50 and send those emails to SmokeWorld50@gmail.com. I shall see you guys on the other side. Peace.
If you're not listening to the Smoke World podcast, you're wasting your time, you mortal.